Are you looking to buy a house? If you are, you're in the right spot. Today is Ask an Agent. We're going to talk about inspections directly from an agent so you know exactly what you need to know. Let's dive in. Inspection. What do you need to know? I want you to know all the different types of inspections, and I want you to know why you should get them. We're going to start with types. You've got your house inspection, your general house inspection. Their job is to find material defects of the house. He goes in the attic. He walks on the roof. He goes in the garage. He goes in the crawl space. Ask those questions to your inspector. Not everyone will go in the attic. If they say, yeah, we go in the attic, say, do you walk around in the attic or do you just poke your head up? That's a little tip. Not everyone will walk around. And I've literally had it where a client hired an inspector. He poked his head up in the attic. All looks good. They ended up getting up there and found there was mold on the other side of the chimney, which the guy couldn't see because he didn't get in the attic. My inspector, Kevin Faulkner, he's a good size guy, but you get a big guy, like this is just the reality of physics. He's not gonna be able to get in your crawl space. If you get a good size guy, he can get up in the small attics, he can get in the crawls. So it's literally a funny thing that I do, but the size of your inspector could determine whether he's gonna get you into where you need to know. And the home inspection itself is the most important. I always start with that. You're gonna wanna get your sewer scope. That's where they put a camera down your entire sewer line. The reason you do that is you wanna look for any breaks, cracks in the pipes, any roots that have grown in, any parts of the pipes that are broken or bellied. That can be a major cost, thousands of dollars, and it only costs a couple hundred to get it inspected. If you have a septic or a well, make sure you get those inspected. They're gonna dig the field, take the top off the septic, and let you know everything's working properly. For the well, you wanna get a water test. Easiest way for me to explain which one to get. There's an FHA standard. Even if you're not getting an FHA loan, always go with the FHA standard that lets you know about certain arsenic levels that other tests won't. Next, depending on your area, we're in Michigan, Oakland County, I heavily suggest getting a radon inspection. The radon they leave in the basement for 48 hours, send it to a lab. That will tell you if you have an increased level of radon. Radon is a gas, you can't smell it, it's in the air, and it's a leading cause of cancer. The reason you want to get all of these inspections, once you purchase that home, anything you find is your responsibility. You want to find these things out beforehand so you know what you're walking into. If you have a great inspector, they might be able to give you some insight of potential cost. It's completely based on square footage. So whether it's 1,000 square foot house or 5,000, that's going to determine your price. Let's say your home inspection's 500. Your sewer scope's going to be 200. It's anywhere between 150 and 250 depending on who you get and how far away you are. So now we're at about 700. You've got your radon, that could be about 120. If you're getting a well and septic, which you actually wouldn't if you're getting a sewer scope, so those kind of go hand in hand, you're honestly looking around close to $1,000 after your inspections. That's important to know because if the deal falls through because of the inspection, I want you to be prepared that you might have to do another round of this on your next house. That's what no one tells you when you're looking to buy a house. You might not have to do one inspection. I've had a client have to do 3. First house, foundation issues. Second house, well, there's so much wrong with the second house that we walked away. And the third house ended up being the one we got. But he had to go through 3 rounds of inspections. Be prepared that it doesn't always go smoothly, but that's actually what you're looking for. Those things to be caught so that you don't get stuck with a bigger bill. It's okay to lose $1,000 on the inspection as long as you don't have a $20,000 mistake. So just keep in mind, this cost could be a reoccurring cost every time you find the right house. Here's a very common mistake that people make. They hire the cheapest one. Please don't hire the cheapest one, you guys. The cheapest one is the cheapest for a reason. When we're talking about finding if a sewer line's broke, mold in an attic, potential foundation issues, you need a guy that can spot these with his eye, that knows what he's looking for. The moment that you go cheap and try and save $100 on your inspector, it could cost you thousands of dollars later once you get in the house because they didn't find something that they should have. If you are in Oakland County, Kevin Faulkner with 5-star inspection, by far the best inspector I've ever had out to a house. He really knows what he's doing. He goes in all the attics, all the crawls, on every roof. I've just never seen anyone work as hard as this guy. And he looks out for your clients. He tells you straight up, this home has some issues. where this home doesn't. And there are agents that would be upset if an inspector kills their deal, but I personally give him permission. If you wouldn't buy it, I want you to tell him. The last one we got for you guys is our real estate quick tip. Can you renegotiate after inspection? The biggest question I get asked, and yes, you can. If you find something that I consider a major defect of the home, you find out that the furnace is on its last leg, you find out that the roof needs to be redone, you find out the sewer line is broken and needs to be fixed, or there's roots in it, you can renegotiate after the initial offer based on the findings of the inspection. It's not a time to nickel and dime. This is for serious, major concerns that are worth coming back and renegotiating. That's the inspections, guys. Stay tuned. We're gonna have more episodes dropping. If you have comments, drop them below. We are here to answer all your questions. If you want Kevin as an inspector, reach out to us in the comments and we'll make sure we connect you with them. Hit subscribe because we've got more video and more contents coming at you. And as always, keep smiling and stay positive.